Edo All Progressive Congress APC don't respond to the live broadcast wey the governor of the state, Godwin Obaseki, do on Wednesday, July 31, 2024, where e for yarn Edo people say the protest wey dem wan start from August 1st to end August 10, 2024 na as a result of the hard living conditions Naija people don go through for the last 1 year sake of the different policies implemented by the federal government.
In the light of the calls for end bad governance protests by many groups, this protest is obviously the result of the difficult living conditions which Nigerians have had to endure, particularly over the last 1 year, arising from various policies that have been implemented by the federal government. These policies have taken severe toll on our citizens.
Responding to the broadcast for one talk session with Tori people wey shele for the All Progressive Congress Secretariat for Benin City on August 1st, 2024, the APC State Chairman Emperor Jared Tenebe call on Edo people to hold the governor responsible for the suffer and hard times wey dey the state, and say make them also ask the governor to give account of the support wey they get from the federal government through the financial, sectoral, institutional, and other bilateral agencies for the country.
To frustrate the genuine effort of the federal government to positively reduce the impact of economic action on Nigeria, especially here in Edo State. Yesterday, Edo people watched Obaseki in disbelief during his already put together broadcast on how his 8-minute speech he refused to acknowledge or give account of the various financial grants and other palliative his administration has received from the federal government. Instead, as usual, he wobbled and fumbled while struggling to blame his failure on his imaginary story of plan by APC to attack government institutions in Edo State. Let us once again reiterate that Obaseki has lost his position as the Chief Security Officer of Edo State, having threatened to burn down Nigeria if the police goes ahead to arrest the talks he sponsored to murder police inspector Ondo Ato, the security detail that was attached to the Senator Monday Okwemelo. Obaseki lacked the character and honesty to address Edo people at this critical period in Nigeria. The only responsible representative of Edo State government today is the Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Philip Shehu, who has shown character, courage and unity of purpose. Is the one that can address the people, and he will soon be doing that. For the avoidance of doubt, we are once again calling on the people to hold their Governor Obaseki responsible for the hardship of their state, including the collapse of physical infrastructure across the state. The various initiatives put in place by federal government have been frustrated by Obaseki and PDP in Edo State. For instance, the federal government extended relief in transportation sector where citizens from states without granaries were directed to pay 50% of transport fare as selected private transportation companies in Edo State for a specific period. Obaseki collected the reimbursement from federal government for services that were not provided on the pretense of free ride by Edo City Transport Service. Like the ostrich, Obaseki has been one double-faced so-called economic expert in Vanguard that pushed for subsidy removal, but later acted like a chameleon that he has become and has been demonizing President Tinubu for refusing to put easy money in the pockets of few Nigerians. Obaseki and his PDP in Edo State had earlier commended President Tinubu for the decision to remove fuel subsidy and floating of the naira. The PDP has said that the two economic policies were spot on, and that it is the best way to go around the economy that had been grounded before the present federal government came on board. The PDP position was voiced by Tony Azeboni, his state chairman. For clarity's sake, the APC on behalf of Edo people are asking Obaseki to give account for the following financial, sectoral and institutional support for the federal government, World Bank and other bilateral agencies. 1. The World Bank has appropriated $70 million state fiscal transparency and accountability as sustainability program for results. projects for Edo State that was advanced to strengthen the state economy and cushion hardship. 2. The 5 billion released to Edo State by the federal government for procurement of food meant for distribution to vulnerable families. 3. The social cash transfer to 20 of the most vulnerable Nigerians as palliative for each state of the 36 states that Edo State benefited from. 4. 1 year ago, exactly on Independence Day, Obaseki told the Edo people that his administration has placed order for new compressed natural gas buses to boost his fleet for the state free transport scheme. 10 months after, the PDP and Obaseki have pocketed the monies for the purchase of the buses. The only buses that he used for his fraudulent free ride program was bought by the previous government, Adams Oshomole-led administration, which he announced was fueled with over 1 billion in 3 months. 5. In January this year, Obaseki had also told the state that he had sealed a deal for statewide deployment of electric buses. Like all his promises, this also vanished into the thin air. 6. Last month, the National Emergency Agency (NEMA) handed over 786.6 metric tons made up of 17,424 bags of assorted grains to Edo State government as part of palliative measure to cushion the adverse effect of the removal of fuel subsidy by the federal government on the people of the state, but Obaseki has refused to share them. 7. Last month, the federal government confirmed that 36 states, including Edo, has received 20 trucks of rice, yet Obaseki has failed to account for them. 8. In his usual deceptive style of governance, Obaseki has converted everything he received from the APC federal government on behalf of Edo people to donations made by his administration. 9. He has achieved this by repackaging the rice and other grains in branded mini bags with Edo insignia. He has announced also that his PDP government spent 1 billion each month for purchase of rice. 10. If Edo were ever in doubt, the video that emerged in social media today, where an abandoned trailer load of repackaged federal government rice with Edo State government inscription was discovered by rural residents as exposed Obaseki's deliberate plan to deprive Edo people from accessing the different palliative measures. We have intelligence of several warehouses in the state holding rice and other grains meant for Edo people. There are reports also that substantial part of the rice are being sold in markets by a prominent PDP market woman leader. 11. What Obaseki has succeeded in doing amounts to economic sabotage, assertingly, he should have a date with Economic and Financial Crime Commission. That is the more reason why we say he already has a prison number. Number 12. Obaseki sold the state-owned fertilizer company to his friend and who recalibrated the plant to produce fertilizer that cannot be used by our farmers. The company sells their product to farmers in the northern states. 13. In March 2020, the APC federal government, under ex-President Muhammadu Buhari, approved a single-digit interest 5 billion loan through the Central Bank of Nigeria for farmers in Edo State. Instead of allowing the farmers to access the loan, the funds were deposited in Sterling Bank. From it was wasted by Obaseki or consultant. At a point, farmers who managed to open accounts in Sterling Bank received debit alert for transactions that were carried out on their behalf in the government house. The remainder was gifted to portfolio farmers who are cronies of Obaseki, commissioners, and special advisors. 14. Obaseki also announced that he had started farms in the 3 senatorial districts, namely Sobe, Ilushi, Okada, Adenebode, Agbede, other places. After wasting billions of Edo state resources, the farm failed like in several other programs. 15. There are records also that the CBN granted a loan of 60 billion to Edo State under the Agriculture Anchor Borrower Program. He disbursed the loan to companies owned by expatriates, single crop farmers, where he has shared. He went ahead to chase away local farmers from lands which he has in turn given to these companies. 16. Obaseki blamed games as no rival. In his shallow brokers, which he used to call out violent protests against the federal government, Obaseki blamed the food shortage in Edo State only on farmers' elder fight, but mysteriously failed to own up that his venture to grab land from indigenous farmers has promoted food insecurity in Edo State. 17. Obaseki refusal to make judicious use of the increased revenue from financial accounts, which so far has exceeded 300 billion this year, is largely responsible for the difficulties we are all facing. Last month alone, Edo State received 11.1 billion from financial accounts, apart from oil producing 13% derivation funds. 18. Edo State has benefited from the fuel subsidy removal, which is evident in the fact allocation between June and July 2023 to Edo State. This is more than he has ever received in the pre-fuel subsidy removal. Sadly, Obaseki and his PDP rangers have refused to use this increase in fact allocation to create jobs and drive impactful projects that will genuinely uplift the people of Edo State. Finally, we call on Nigerians and Edo people to know that Obaseki is using the nation's economic challenges to divert attention from poor performance at the state level. We encourage the Edo people to be vigilant and ensure they collect their palliatives. They should also demand good governance from Governor Obaseki and all the local government chairmen in Edo State. Let us be reminded that Obaseki is the main culprit in the current action facing Edo State. The health institutions are broken down, and the citizens left to access private clinics, hospitals, and paramedical homes. Thank you and God bless.
Make una not forget say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We no dey take blame. From Benin City, Ekata Ojisole, TMC TV News.